It's going.
Oh, yeah, nah, pretty good.
Thinking we should chuck a podcast. What do you reckon?
Oh, yeah, nah, I can. Come round, let's do a thing.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back. We are on round six.
Round six.
Round six of What Do You Reckon, the podcast. How you going today, mate?
Pretty good.
Yeah.
We just had smoko, so we're all good.
Yeah. Had halftime oranges.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. Oh, we should have had oranges in that last one. Let's redo it. That would have been
Missed
great.
opportunity. Shit.
Oh, what a great idea. So, here we are, round six, and today, fitness.
Fitness.
Fitting this into our podcast.
Oddly became such a massive, massive part of our lives in the last couple of years.
Yep.
Considering that most of my life I was just a little fat boy.
Yeah, I wasn't, but yeah, that's that's all you.
Oh, rub it in, mate.
I thought we'd talk about I'm about to start a challenge again, a hit station challenge, an 8-week challenge.
The 8-week challenge.
And this has become an annual thing, I think, now.
Yeah, I'm still considering joining you on this one. I got to talk to Ryan about it. Mr. Ryan Goodall, Razzie _hit station.
Yeah.
I still hate calling him Razzie.
Do you not call him Razzie?
No, I call him Ryan.
I've had this conversation with him too. I'm like, where did Razzie come from? None of us ever called you Razzie.
He started it as a joke in the Take Us to Vegas days. He was being a dickhead one day, yeah. And it just happened. Like, he changed his Instagram name to it. Karen insisted on calling him Razzie all the time, and it just picked up, and I've hated it. Ever since it started.
I'd never call
You are Ryan.
Because everyone at HIT, I don't know, everyone at HIT, knows you're Ryan, but they all call you Raz. They're like, oh, where's Raz? Oh, what time's Raz getting here?
Yeah. Even
Ryan.
Kat calls him Razzie.
No, it's Ryan.
So, I don't know who that is. I'm not responding to that.
I think it's just we're just too proud that we didn't come up with it. And it's just like, nah, it's not Razzie.
We can't be credited for that idea. It's not happening.
So anyway, Ryan
Goodall. I got to talk to him about it because I think I'd have to do a bulking challenge.
Yeah.
Because that's sort of where I'm at the moment. Like, I can stand to lose a bit of body fat. Yeah. Like I'm fairly happy with where I am now, where that's concerned. But you can always do a little bit better. Yeah. But I found, especially with my jiu-jitsu, that I'm not as strong as I was.
Yep.
I need to pick up my strength and conditioning. So potentially, I'd be looking at doing the 8-week challenge as a bulking, not as a shredding.
Yeah, okay. So with my challenges, mine's going to be food-based again. Mm-hmm. Getting back into... See, when people say an 8-week challenge, I just think it's just like, oh, you get shredded, that's it.
Yeah.
Mine's a big detox in eating, as well as becoming fit and flexible again.
Yes.
Just being somewhat the best... the best myself my body is physically able to do.
Yeah, yeah.
And on my last challenge, I got... To me, we did it for our wedding, and I got too skinny. Mm-hmm. Like when we look back through photos, it's like, okay, I look shredded, but it's just because there's nothing on me.
Yeah. What's really interesting about you is a couple of things. Is one, when you commit to these things, you go full bunter, like just obsessive level with it. And secondly, your body changes very dramatically in a very short amount of time.
Which I don't know why. It must be just because I just go hard, like
yeah.
I don't know. It's just it's not that I'm competitive. I love a challenge.
Yes,
and that's why. And it's not just 8-week challenges. It could be anything. Like if I set myself a challenge throughout the month, I go for it. Because I said this the other day to you. Is like with a lot of people know me for my coffee that I have to go up and down with that, and I think it was like a month or two ago, I did a whole month 0 coffee.
Yes. Yeah.
And it was 10 days in. Like, people are like, oh, how'd you go withdrawals? It's like, I don't care. It was part of I had a challenge. I'm going to do it. And 10 days in, it's like, I'm not going to have one now. If I did, what was the point of the 10 days?
Yeah.
So when I do a challenge, I go all in.
Would it be a bigger challenge for you to slow down for a month?
Yes, it would.
Yeah,
and that has actually been something that I've had to do before. Well, look, that goes back to the other things where I had to like put sleep in and all that sort of stuff. That has been my slow down thing. Stop what you're doing, and that's something that I've just actually put into my life a bit more now. But the thing with getting comfortable with things, and for me personally, is as I work night shift as well as doing the clothing during the day, is that I fall into bad habits where if I don't meal prep, I go to what's convenient. And I do it every year. And it's not that I'm okay with it. It's just, it just happens.
Yeah.
And you get busy, things prioritize. And if I sometimes, I fall into that habit where doing things is more of the priority than meal prepping.
Yes. Yep.
And and that's where I start putting on, like a lot of people people would still look at me and think like, you don't need to do a challenge. You're fit and you look healthy. But I do weigh 10 kilos more than I did last year.
Yeah. Which is not necessarily an unhealthy weight for you.
No, it's because like I said, I went 10 kilo. I was far too skinny, I think, last year.
Yeah. I think at the moment, like, you look really healthy.
So, well, thank you. I appreciate it. But what I'm doing is getting this weight to a healthy weight.
Yes.
So like I want to tone up, make sure that if there's something that I'm carrying that I shouldn't be, turn it into muscle.
Yeah.
And just be, like I said, the best myself I can be.
Yeah. So rather than doing like in some kind of extreme shred, you're just kind of tidying things up.
Exactly.
You're just doing a bit of a cleanup.
A big detox, but I will, whatever it needs to be, I'll do it for the 8 weeks. So,
yeah. It's funny on that note, like with what I'm studying, that you find a lot of people who have injured themselves in the gym or in their sport, the most difficult thing to get across to them is that like you need to stop. You need to take time off because we've got to get you healthy again. You know, we've got to stretch, we've got to recover. And then so you don't injure yourself again, we've got to teach you how to do that movement properly, you know. And it's a big struggle for everyone because especially if you're on a roll with, I'm getting to the gym at 5 a.m. every morning and I'm crushing my workouts, and you've developed that habit, so you really don't want to stop.
Yeah.
And people think like as soon as I do that, I'm going to fall off the wagon again, which is a genuine fear. Like a lot of people would do that. But at the same time, if you don't, you're risking your health, you know, because you're just overdoing it and you're just driving an injury even harder.
Yeah.
So, it's really difficult to get people to understand that you got to take some time off.
Yeah. Oh, it's definitely important. The good old recovery day.
You got to listen to your body, you know. Yeah. When you start to get that little bit of a tickle in the throat or whatever it might be, you got to stop working out because you don't want to take that shit back to the gym with you either.
No way.
So,
yep, you'll be that dickhead, won't you? So, I've decided I've hit that part of my year. I was actually talking to Alex about this and the yearly thing. I think this is the best time of year to do my detox refresher because when you do these challenges, you do become shredded at the end usually.
Yep.
And what it is I do it in spring. So what happens is I shred in spring. I'm looking pretty good for summer.
Beach bud.
Yeah, that's it. That lasts me through summer. And then autumn, things start to fall off the bandwagon a bit. Winter, guess what? I'm covered up in hoodies and shit. No one knows a thing. And then by the time that comes around spring again, which is this year, and this is my yearly thing.
Yep.
So I think I've now done the whole, well, this will be it.
So you've decided to be a bear.
Yes.
You go through hibernation.
and this is my spring clean.
Yeah.
We're in spring. Yeah, we are.
Yeah, we are. Yeah. Yep. The old HIT 8-week challenge is it honestly changed my life.
Oh.
Like, because we did the first ever round at HIT Kawana when Ryan and Kat opened the facility.
You mean Raz?
Don't trigger me. So we did the first round 1 challenge when they opened up in Kawana. And I had realized probably about 6 months before that I needed to make changes in my life. Like I was carrying too much weight. I was unhappy. It was, exacerbating a bad state of mental health. And I just didn't want to live like that anymore. Like, I want to be proud of myself, the person I am, you know, and feel good in my body as well. And I was already making some pretty decent changes, but I still knew nothing, you know, and I was kind of going down that bro science road of it because that's all that was really available to me. And then doing that challenge really changed my whole understanding of it, you know, like where some people might go, oh, this is my weight. Like say I'm 80 kilos. I shouldn't be 80 kilos. Like I should be 70 kilos. Like, well, what are you basing that on?
Exactly.
Like where did you pick that number and decide that that was the number for you? And then also because they use an in-body scan, so you understand body composition, which is so much more important than weight. Like, you know, if you're 80 kilos and you're 60-something% body fat, well then, that's not healthy. But if you're 80 kilos and 15% body fat or 25% body fat, you're in a healthy range there. You know, so it's understanding body composition, like what is it muscle to fat ratio? And there's so much more to it that Ryan can get into because he's a much smarter person than I am. But just changing just based on that, because then you're not looking at like, oh, well, I need to lose 10 kilos, so I'm just going to stop eating, you know, and then you just have this psycho up and down yo-yo.
And it definitely doesn't work like that.
Nope.
So with, we'll go back to the music days. When we were touring a lot, you get used to these habits of eating shit on the road.
Yes.
And after my first challenge, I never done the whole healthy eating ever before. So that was like the biggest awakening for me for knowing what the difference is in diet as well as training, in just what you actually put in your mouth will change you completely. So after that first one, I just felt so good inside my body, like without looking in the mirror, I just genuinely felt good just by myself. And I noticed that, the diet side of things is just as important as the physical side of things in training and all that sort of stuff. But that is part of the challenge where people don't understand, and in macroing and after the challenge and like how to maintain that. And with, how would I say, that's where I've fallen off the bandwagon a few times, and throughout the year you just get busy. So it goes back to that, you're accountable. You need to be accountable for your own actions. And this is where I'm at in my stage, whereas I'm not being accountable.
No, I'm not either, honestly, and at the moment.
Like for example, at the footy at the weekend, what health were we having?
It's rough, me doing a health and fitness podcast after the weekend that I've just had. It was a blowout.
Exactly. And I think I'm at that. Actually, the best thing about doing a challenge is I call it the Last Supper, because the 2 weeks leading up to it, I eat shit deliberately. Like I want to be turned off fast food.
Oh, okay.
So right now I'm doing the opposite to a cleanse, and I'm just like, give me garbage. And today, before you came over, I had to clean out the garage because I have this bad habit of like leaving. Tennille, it's like she gets at me for leaving like the wrappers of Macca's. Like I eat it when I'm on my drive, and then I'll just like leave it beside the seat. I'll leave it there for a day.
On the floor of the car.
So when I get home, instead of putting it in the bin, I just get out and just leave it next to the car. Anyway, this is because I've done my
You're a slob.
Straight up. But this, I don't do it all the time, but this is because it's part of my 2-week de-cleanse. And
de-cleanse.
And just before you came over, I was putting out in the bin. I literally had a Red Rooster packet, a Guzman's packet, a Macca's, a Hungry Jack's, a KFC, some Zarrafas, like all the crap that you can eat from Zarrafas. And I'm just chucking all this shit in the bin. I'm just like, oh, I can't wait. Like, I feel like shit. I'm putting shit in the bin. I'm ready for this challenge. I can't wait to chuck an apple in my gob.
Because it's the way you'd be feeling, you know, psychologically as well as physically. Because if you're putting, you know, junk into your neurological system, you're going to get junk out. You know, it's like if you've got a high performance car and you put E10 fuel in it, you're going to get junk performance. It's exactly the same with your body.
But the only thing is that I don't recommend anyone doing that unless you sign up for a challenge. You don't get to do that.
Even then, I still don't recommend people do that.
No, because this last, like I was, so many mockers. Oh, so many mockers. I feel disgusting right now. And yeah, so I said this to Kurt and Cara. I told them my plan and what I do. I did this before the last challenge as well.
Yeah.
Just eating shit every night. And it is fast food 3 times a day I've done for the last 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
I am loving it.
But I feel so bad right now. And I'm like, I only got to last until Sunday, this coming Sunday.
Yep.
And then it's just all, and that's the thing, like when people say, oh, do you notice the difference? After that first week, like, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Happier than I've ever been.
And just bite. Oh, actually, I remember with when I go to work, when I'm on the challenge, some of the guys, I'll make fun of me, like, oh, you're eating that healthy crap again.
Yeah.
But I'll have like a celery stick and I'll call it a Mars bar. I'm just having a Mars bar.
Bet you're jealous.
Yeah. But I take the piss out of them too. It's like when they got like a can of Red Bull, I'm like, oh, you're just drinking some poison again, aren't you? Just get some poison in you. But yeah, it's fun for everyone. I think, I probably won't do it this time.
You will.
Yeah, I know.
You will.
But yeah, so I actually try to get a few of the boys at work on the challenge.
Yeah, I'm thinking about it. I think I might do it.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, especially after the weekend that I've just had.
Yeah.
Like, I'm disgusted in myself. I had a great time. And, like, people shouldn't beat themselves up over this stuff, particularly because, like, this is one weekend in, how long that I've, played up a little bit. But it literally went from we were at the gym Friday night and then we were staying at Cat and Ryan's. So we got, like, big, dirty burgers from Hello Harry's. And then the following morning, I ate breakfast out somewhere. It wasn't too bad, but still, it's not like, I macroed anything. And then we had the football in the afternoon. So it was beers, pizza, beers. Went out after that, more beers.
Yeah.
Macca's on the way home. Like it was just, and it didn't stop, even to the point where, like you said, not being prepared with meal prep or anything like that. Yeah. So I got up this morning. I did the 5 a.m. class at HIIT, but then I got in the car and I got Macca's on the way here and my stomach hates me.
I didn't tell you. I did that on the way home. I pulled up at Caboolture and got 2 apple pies, a McFlurry and a mocha.
You're unbelievable. You go next level. It's not just the fact that you're getting takeaway. You just get chaos.
Yeah. Oh, no. When we go to Cold Rock, Tanil and I, we haven't done it in a couple
you
weeks
have the most fucked Cold Rock combinations I've ever heard of.
Okay, everyone listen to this. This is what I get from Cold Rock. Usually people get ice cream. No, I get a thick shake. I get bubblegum ice cream mixed with white chocolate ice cream mixed together with Nerds.
That is fucking horrendous. That's not flavors that go together. That's so...
and I feel terrible after every time. It's like I don't learn. But that's all good because I know that an 8-week challenge is always around the corner and I feel great after it. That's my saving grace every time.
I love that our fitness and health podcast has so far been, this is all the terrible ideas we have.
No, because the thing is that we're doing this and in 8 weeks' time, we're coming back.
Shred lords.
Yeah. And we'll put some snippets back in, this is what we said we were eating. And then we'll say that, oh no, maybe I'll chuck up some scans, show some differences in what happened in 8 weeks' time from now.
Yeah. Well, I did an in-body scan the other day. So I'm sitting at about 18-point-something% body fat.
Yeah.
And I've maintained my skeletal muscle mass since my last dingo, where I was sitting about 22% body fat. So I've naturally just, burned a little bit. Pretty happy about that.
Yeah, no, you do look great. Tanil always says that.
Oh, thank you.
I was like, I'm your husband. Stop roughing up. Anyway, but she's...
Oh, calm down.
So, no, you've managed to... I think it's because of the jiu-jitsu?
Yeah, it's definitely my training at Tribal MMA. Shout out to the fam. Yep. Tribal for life. But that's got a big part to do with it. And I'd say that that's a recommendation for people is that you have to find physical activity that you enjoy.
Yeah.
Not everybody enjoys, powerlifting or just going to the gym, just going, there's only certain people that can do that. So for me, HIIT is brilliant because of the vibe.
Yeah.
And you feel like even though it's you working out, you're in this like team environment almost. Plus you get the difference of the different HIIT sessions, like upper body, lower body, full body, all the different methods that they've got, whether it's AMRAP or every minute on the minute.
Yeah.
Things change up. And then you've also got the Muay Thai classes. But on top of that, me having jiu-jitsu and like the MMA and kickboxing, it's something that, one, gives me a challenge, but two, I love it.
Yeah.
It makes me want to go back for more. So especially when you get to the rolling portion of jiu-jitsu after you've gone through, being shown different skills and whatnot, it's just fun. Like you're just a kid trying to choke your mate at that point, and you're burning calories like crazy because you don't want to get choked the fuck out.
Yeah, exactly.
It's brilliant. And you're learning life skills. You're gaining confidence while you're doing it. And so jiu-jitsu is not for everybody. No. I think it should be for everybody. Everyone should take a crack. But that's my thing. That's what I love. That's what keeps me going back. And, the problem with that is because I was getting so focused on my fight training, I dropped my strength and conditioning, and that's where I'm sort of feeling at now, where I've burnt a lot of fat. I'm feeling pretty good, but I do really need to step it up as far as my weight training is concerned.
Yeah. I think it's good for everyone to have an offset, not sport, just activity, physical activity offset from just going to the gym. For me, for a long time, it was running.
Mm-hmm.
And once again, it goes back to that challenge thing that I always set myself. I'm a prick with that. I don't know why I do it. There must be some underlying issue that I have there where it's like I'll do it, but there has to be a challenge involved. And I did that. I did it how many likes on Facebook and how many Ks I'm going to run within the month. It was 234 Ks that I had to do. But I was like,
good Lord.
The underlying goal was I wanted to do a marathon this year. And then so what I did was I got Razzie. He's going to be like, I never knew you hated my name that much. We don't. It's just we didn't come up with it. But I got Ryan to come down and he helped me out. That got me through the marathon. I haven't run since.
Oh, right.
Because that was the challenge. I did the run.
Yeah.
And
I don't have to do that ever again?
No, I don't.
No more running.
I think maybe with this 8-week challenge coming up, I'll probably still have another crack at running every once in a while.
Sure.
But not at that. It's too long.
Yeah, that was a lot.
Oh, it was a lot. And I didn't even feel that good after it.
Nah.
Like, it was just like, why don't I even do that? It was only because I could say I did it.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. But yeah, your body would have been screaming at you going, what the fuck is going on?
Actually, no, if there is another marathon I want to do one day, it's the New York Marathon.
Yeah, that would actually be just as a bucket list thing.
Exactly.
Not because of the running.
No. Like I'll have to finish it. That's a challenge.
Ooh.
That I haven't run since the thing because I haven't had to because I don't need to.
There's no reason for it.
No, I ran the Ks. The Ks have been run. What challenges have you set yourself in the past that you know have benefited you since?
Ooh.
Should hit you up that before the show.
Yeah, that's a really good question. I think mine have been things that have ended up being more for my psychological benefit. Yep. So, there's always, trying to eat cleaner.
Yeah.
That's always been one. But things of like have a stretch session 3 times a week. So it's not just like you finish your workout and then you go,
mate, I like that. That's me, straight up. I do not give time for stretching. I think that's a great one that I should do in this challenge.
I don't think anybody does.
No.
And there's proof that like when you have a good stretch and recovery session, your body's better able to build muscle in your next session. That's a very idiot way of saying it because my brain not work good now. But there's good science to that. And not to mention just in how you feel. Like it's all well and good to get shredded, to be aesthetically fit, look good.
Yeah.
But if you feel like shit, like if you stand up and your knee hurts, your lower back hurts, your neck's like this, no good, and that's where you got to listen to your body. So instead of going and, pumping yourself for an hour in the gym, you got to go, all right, going to put on some Phil Collins.
Just stretch it out.
It's red.
When Ryan rang me the other day, we always keep going back to Ryan. It's because it's a fitness thing.
Yeah.
But when I answered, he's like, "Oh, what are you up to?" I'm like, "Oh, I'm just stretching." And he just goes, "Oh, good, man. Nice to hear." Like, "No, I've just been sitting down for too long."
I don't know why I lied to you.
Yeah. Like, no, I'm not doing that kind of stretch. I'm doing a lazy stretch. Yeah. He's like, "Oh."
Oh, right.
So no, stretching is definitely a thing that I will challenge myself on this challenge to do that.
Yeah.
Give it a good 5-10 minutes.
Yeah. So yeah, your quiet time, stretch, recovery. The sleep is huge. I know these are all I've mentioned before in other things, but it's because they are so important and nobody's doing them. And you feel better when you do it.
Yeah.
You know you do, but everyone's just like, no, I got to get after it.
Yeah.
The other huge one, water.
Yeah.
So
Tennille, she's on this challenge at the moment.
Yep.
Doesn't drink. We honestly, her challenge was to drink a 600 ml bottle a day now. That's her challenge now because she drinks 2 sips of water a day.
Wow. Yeah. Women, I found, are inherently bad for it. And I'm not being sexist here. It's an observation, okay? My mum, Rani, Tennille, like my sister, they just have to be harped at to drink water. And one easy way to do it is quality of water is a big one. So straight out the tap, it's got chlorine, it's got fluoride, whatever other chaos is living in your pipes. So
actually, on that note, working in construction, and Alex too, he knows this, that we work in waterways sometimes where we have to cut through water pipes that go into your house.
Yeah.
I don't drink from the tap. They're rank inside.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. You don't know how old the pipes are where you're living. Like, consider people who live in cities like London.
Yeah.
Or even older parts of Brisbane. You know, that stuff hasn't been updated in a long time.
No.
So if you've got a filter system, brilliant. Otherwise, artisanal spring water, there's companies everywhere where you can buy it from, and it's pretty cheap. This is like one of the holistic health tips that I would give to clients. Mm-hmm. Get a good stainless steel water bottle. So like people might have seen if they're watching the video, I keep drinking out of this one. It's from a brand called Project Pargo. And the awesome thing, they're not a sponsor, but these are rad. Like they're so well made. I can leave this in the car all day in the sun and it'll still be cool when I drink it in the afternoon.
Yeah, good.
And with every sale, they actually run a charity that gets clean drinking water to like third world countries. It's amazing. Like Project Pargo, look it up. They're really rad. They make keep cups for coffee too. But get yourself a good big water bottle like that, and also get Celtic sea salt and put a pinch of it in your water. Because then what we do is when you're drinking water, you'll actually flush a lot of the minerals out in the process.
Yeah.
But by salting your water, you're keeping that in because, salt's got like plenty of zinc, iodine, all things like that. So you're getting that. You're getting the absorption benefit, good for your kidneys, gallbladder, et cetera, et cetera. So water is massive. People need to drink more water, but quality water.
Here's a mind blower that I'm surprised I never thought of earlier. Water bottle companies like Mount Franklin, Croy Mountain Spring Water, they don't create water. They create water bottles.
Yes. Yeah.
And I was like, there you go.
Yeah. So you really got to look into it. Like, for instance, the brand that we buy is Montville Mist.
Yeah.
Because there's an artesian spring up in the Blackall Range. And they do water tests as well, so you can actually see what's the pH level, what's the mineral content, et cetera, et cetera. They have to do that by law, but theirs is easy to find. They update it regularly on their website, and it's pretty cheap. They deliver, and there are companies like that everywhere. So it isn't just a case of going to get whatever's in the fridge at 7-Eleven, because then you're also creating more trash in the world with those plastic bottles. So there's a balance to it.
Actually, if I do have a favorite bottle of water, it's Fiji water.
Yeah, Fiji is actually one of the best.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you actually test them, like in terms of pH level, Fiji's one of the top. Evian's another good one. But yeah, so baby steps with this. If you're not drinking enough water, just start drinking more water.
Yeah, and there's the challenge. You just up it every day.
Yeah, develop it from there. So if all you've got available to you at the moment is your tap water, fine, it's better than nothing.
Yeah.
Like increase your water, and then build from there to getting to that point where you've got good quality drinking water. You're salting it. You've got a nice water bottle to drink it out of.
Yeah.
And a good average is take your body weight in kilograms times it 0.033, and that's how many liters you should drink. So for most people, it's going to average about 1.5 to 2 liters a day. But when you work out, drink more.
Definitely. Actually, when we were on our honeymoon, Tanil she felt ill when we were in Santorini, and we had to go to the chemist and get her some tablets to make her feel better. And it was so funny. The guy, like, 'cause they were blunt over there, and the guy's like, "How much water do you drink every day?" And then, like, you should be drinking 3 liters. And Tanil goes, "Oh, I don't drink water." And he goes, "That's bad."
Okay, so already Santorini's medical industry is better than Australia's.
Yeah, just straight up. That's bad.
Yeah, like GPs, surgeons, like hardly any of them ask how much water you're drinking. And honestly, like to so many people's low back pain conditions, they just need to drink more water.
Yep.
Like it's chaos.
No, actually, okay. I always keep going back to coffee and all that crap. But when I had my month off without coffee, I didn't have lower back pain. Yep, my kidneys got flushed out.
There you go.
Yep.
There's simple answers to all our problems.
Yeah, just drink water. Actually, no, Joe said that once. He's like, if I could go back and change one thing about my whole life, it would be drink plenty of water.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, and but I got to stress quality water.
Yeah,
it makes a big difference, especially like you get heavy metal buildup.
Yeah,
not like like fucking sick heavy metal, like bad ones,
which is still sick.
Yeah.
That.
So I like that. That's a challenge I put out there to people. Drink your water.
Just see how much you drink and up it a little bit.
Yeah,
each day.
Yeah.
All right, brother.
Yeah, well, the 8-week challenge. All right, whether I do it officially through HIIT, I'm going to come on this journey with you.
Yep.
So I'm going to set myself a challenge right now.
No, I'll tell you what. Okay, don't worry about doing the challenge. You can do it if you want. Go get a scan, and in 8 weeks' time, do another scan. Okay. You just live your life normally, whereas I'm making the drastic change.
Okay, except still within the realm of living life normally, I have a personal goal at the moment of increasing my strength and conditioning.
Yep.
All right. So
you're self-accounted for. Like you're doing this yourself.
Yep.
Whereas I'm like...
You're immersed in the challenge.
Yeah.
You're part of that team of people that's doing it.
Yeah.
It's a specific event, if you will.
And we can show the benefits of, or if there's any benefits of doing it with people or by yourself.
Yes.
And I guess that will once also come down to yourself, like in how would I say, mentally, how much can you commit to something yourself?
Definitely.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm going to set a challenge publicly to myself that 3 times a week I'm going to do a strength and conditioning workout. So weightlifting, and that's over and above my martial arts training. That's what I'm going to set.
That's unreal.
So I got to do that even when I'm away in camp at work.
Yeah. So with me and my challenge, usually I will get down to around that 66 kilos. Mm-hmm. I'm 74 at the moment, and I don't want to be that. I want to be around 70.
Yeah.
Like a strong 70 kilos.
Yeah, because when I did my challenge, I dropped down to about 70, 71.
Yeah.
And I'm shorter than you. And even for me, that was skinny. Like that was light. I think I'm healthiest at about 72, 73 kilos.
Yeah.
And when I say healthiest, it's like in that weight range when I've got good body composition.
Yeah.
Because I'm thinking I'm about 73 at the moment, and I feel like I'm a little heavier on fat, and I could afford to put on a little muscle.
Yeah.
So
I think
66 is intense. That's
that's silly.
Yeah, that's a weight cut for a fight.
Yeah.
You know?
So that's I want to, not that kilograms have to do with anything.
No.
It's just that I know that when I did a scan a few weeks ago that there was fat built there. And this is visceral fat as well. Like my level of visceral fat went up.
Yeah.
And
so for those who don't know, visceral fat is what surrounds your viscera or organs.
Yeah.
So this is the type of stuff that can lead to kidney disease, heart disease, other medical complications.
So yeah, I think by the diet, usually the diet change cuts that down quick for me.
Yep.
Like, because I won't be drinking milk anymore. Like, because I send it with the milk, with the mockers at the moment. I didn't today, but because I feel sick. I'm sort of sick. Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, I don't want to lose muscle and be 70 kilos, a strong 70 kilos.
Yeah. Yeah. I think the only significance of those like kilogram weight ranges that we've put out is because we've done enough testing to know that within that weight range, we can find an ideal body composition where you feel healthy, you feel strong, you feel powerful, and you're not hurting.
Yeah.
So that's the only relevance with that kilogram marker.
Well, that's it. Well, whenever I start going under that, it means I'm burning muscle.
Yes.
I look fit, but I don't feel as fit as what I should be.
Yeah, you're starting to get that point of being drained.
It's when I drop below 68 that I start feeling that.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah. Gravy. All right. Well, I think there's a bit of good information in there. There's a fair bit of shit talk as usual. Yep. We've got some goals set, and we can review this the next time we do a bloody episode, see where we're at.
If you're watching the YouTube in 8 weeks challenge, you just see these like skinny guys. I feel great.
It's just skeletons.
Yeah. Just did tea detoxes this whole time. Just what have you been doing? Pooing a lot. Just that was the challenge.
Yeah, got on the roids.
Yeah,
can't tell.
Yeah, one of us just loses his extreme amount weight. The other one just gets on the roids.
I've just got basketballs under my shirt.
I feel great. I feel great. All right. Well, anyway, until then.
Thanks for joining us once again. This has been What Do You Reckon?